Alrighty guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm doing just kind of an overview of the Chevy Silverado HD, the custom trim. This is something that I'm looking at purchasing. I just put a deposit on one of these vehicles, one of these trucks, and I just want to go through, just kind of give you some information in case you're new to, maybe these Silverados, these HD trucks. Just kind of go through this custom trim because this is kind of a newer trim for Chevy. For the longest time, they just had like work truck, LT, LTZ, high country. So this custom trim is kind of a newer trim, and new for 2021, you can add the Duramax. So here I am on the Chevy page. This is just their website. I want to go through that, but before I get into this, I just want to give you guys kind of a little bit of background from me. So I've had over the last 10 years, I've had 6 trucks, 3 Ford F-150s, 3 Silverado 1500s. I like the F-150s. The Silverados, my biggest complaint, and the reason why I sold those off was because the gas tank was just too small in them. They only have a 26-gallon gas tank. When towing, I'd have to stop every 90 or 100 miles to fill up with gas, and it was super annoying. And every time I'd buy another one because I'd find a deal on a new one, and I'd buy it. So I had a 2007, I had a 2014, and I had a 2017. I did most of my towing with the 14 and the 17, and it just became annoying. So I was able to sell those trucks off. I got the F-150s. They have the 36-gallon tank. That's a big deal when it comes to towing. So I wanted to look at Chevy again, but I didn't want to look at the 1500. I wanted to go HD, 2500 or 3500, and ultimately I've kind of decided on a 2500 Silverado HD. And so we're going to go through just kind of the build process here and some options to think about when you're looking at this trim. So we're looking here, this is the 2500 Silverado, so we're going to go build and price. If you see here, you got 18,000 pounds. Really the main difference between the 2500 and 3500 single rear wheel is the 3500 has a little more payload. So it can hold about 500 to 600 more pounds, like in the hitch. So if you're towing a fifth wheel or a bumper pull trailer, you have a little more payload capacity on the hitch or in the bed. So that's a consideration. I'm not going to be towing really any fifth wheels or any kind of gooseneck trailers. So, the fact that this can bumper pull 1,800 pounds and, can have a tongue weight of about 1,800 pounds of that is that's more than capable of what I need it to do. All right, so we're going to go through the build and price scenario here. Now, if you see here, the first, it kind of defaults to this standard crew cab bed. So this is kind of the standard bed length, and then the crew cab is your 4-door. So that's the one we're going with there. 4-wheel drive I'm doing. And then if you see here, the work truck, zoom in on this so you can see this a little bit better here. Okay, as we look at the different trims here, we have the work truck, the WT, and then we have the custom. And this is one that is a newer trim for Silverados, in that it kind of fits just below LT. So we got LT here, but custom's a little bit below it just because it has fewer features, standard features in it. New for 2021, if you see here, is you can get the 6.6 Duramax diesel, which is a cool option that you can get that. In 2020, you could only get this new gas engine. So that's something new for 2021. So that's exciting that you get that. This is just kind of a picture of the custom trim here. This is just a rendering of what it looks like. I love the black. That's the color I'm getting. I'm getting black. But the custom has all blacked out. Blacked out bumper, grill. There's no chrome over here. There's just, I think the 2500 HD is in chrome. But you can see the mirrors, the plastic around the wheel well. There's no chrome really on the back other than what it says custom. Here's just kind of a side view of this. I love how the custom looks, even more so than the LT or LTZ and even high country. So I think the custom is probably the best looking trim, and not only that, it's probably one of the better values. So pretty excited about this custom trim that you can get it in a diesel. So the only chrome really is just the words Silverado and custom on the back. So let's go through and see what the custom includes, and some options to look at. So we're going to go to next step, colors. These are our colors. Here's our colors that we can look at. We're doing black, so we're going to choose that. And then for interior colors, the only option on the custom is the cloth seat trim. So I'm good with that. All of my trucks have always had the cloth. Now, one thing to consider, I wanted to tell you guys this, when considering which trim to get, which truck to get, I need 6 seats. I have 4 kids, my wife and I. If we're if we're towing a boat or a trailer, or we need to all go somewhere in a truck, I need 6 seats. And so it's critical to have that middle jump seat, that fold-up seat in the middle. That you can get those in the LT or LTZ. LTZ is a little more rare. You don't see them optioned like that on a dealer lot, for example. You have to probably custom order that. But I like that the custom, basically it's not even an option to get bucket seats. I don't need bucket seats. I don't want them. It can't fit all of us. So let's look at the couple packages to look at. The nice thing with the custom, there's not a lot of packages to choose from. Just a couple packages, so it makes it simple, especially when you're looking at dealer ordered inventory. So the truck I'm purchasing, the dealer ordered it. It's in transit to their dealership. Should be there within the next 5 days. And it had the options that I was looking for. So for example, look at this custom value trim. This is the top option to look at. Custom value, and it's about an $1,800 discount here, $1,630. Let's see what that includes. Quite a few like convenient type things. So remote start, rear window defogger, LED cargo bed lighting, power lock, release tailgate with lift assist. That's nice. Trailer brake controller, infotainment stuff here. The black outside adjustable, the trailering mirrors, power folding, extending, and then auto dimming inside rear view mirror. Okay, so we're going to keep that custom value checked. So I would say if you're looking at a custom for just a little bit more money here, you can get this custom value, which I think is a good package. The other package you can look at is this Gooseneck fifth wheel package, the bed liner, trailer brake controller, which is already included up here, but the Gooseneck fifth wheel prep package, so it's already got that kind of ready to go for Gooseneck fifth wheel towing. That's not something I plan on doing immediately. I don't have a fifth wheel, so if I do in the future, I could have that shop install that kind of hitch and stuff. Custom convenient package. This is kind of part of the value package, so that gets automatically checked. Now, one thing I think that was a requirement for me when I was looking at trims available is having the safety confidence package. The big option you get with the safety confident package, there's just a couple options here. Let's look at what this gives us here. So a couple safety stuff like forward collision alert, automatic emergency braking. The big one I thought was the steering wheel audio controls. The fact that you can control your stereo controls with controls on the steering wheel. That's a big deal. That's not a standard option on the custom trim. That's an option, and you have to get this safety confidence package in order to get that. And you get this little driver information screen as well in the gauge cluster. So I'm not too concerned about this safety stuff, the emergency braking or forward collision alert, but I am concerned about having audio controls, because if you've seen the custom trim, some people do reviews. A big criticism they have is that this is not a standard, that the steering wheel audio controls are not standard feature. So I wanted to make sure I had that, because it does look kind of silly that the steering wheel is missing that right side controls. You want to have it, you're not getting a leather wrap steering wheel, which I'm not too concerned about, but you do get those controls, which is nice. The other things, there's a couple things. Dark Essential package you can add on. I think that'd only be applicable if, it basically blacks out those some of these things like the 2500 and things like that. Snow prep package, camper package. There's a gooseneck hitch. The infotainment's already selected, part of the value package. Okay, the other thing that my truck is getting, these are all these check marks here, these are all standard that come with the options selected, usually with the Duramax. Okay, you can choose a high idle, bigger battery. You can choose dual alternators. So one thing that my truck is configured with is this trailering wiring provision for camper fifth wheel gooseneck trailer. So it's basically pre-wired. So you already have the outlet in the bed so that you can just plug your wiring controller right into the bed. You don't have to get that rewired. So there's a couple other things in here you can add on. But really that's it for the packages. Here's some accessory stuff that you can add in. Interior, there's a couple stuff in the interior. So this is kind of what the interior is going to look like. If you see here, you know, it's got this fold up seat right here. That's really what I need. You know, the basic, it's not going to have dual climate control, which I never use dual climate control in any vehicle that I have. I always just sync them together. So that's really not that big of a deal. The only thing I'm really missing out on, you know, it's not going to have heated seats. It's not going to have like the rear sliding window in the rear, which that's not that big of a deal. But really the value package or the custom package or the custom trim really is kind of value oriented, and that's where I'm looking at here. So if we look at the total MSRP, total price, we're looking at $57,940. That's with a, you know, new body style, the 10-speed transmission, the Duramax engine, crew cab, and some basic features. That's what we get. So under $60,000 is, I know that is a lot of money for a truck, heavy duty truck with a diesel engine. That's a pretty good value. That's a real good value. So that's something that that's really why I've chosen this trim, is because of just that value that you get. You know, the LT or LTZ is going to give you more options, more creature comforts, you know, leather, the heated seats, more power stuff. So I'm missing out on a few of those things, but you know, a similarly equipped LT, if I had to get it all blacked out with the midnight, that's almost going to be $5,000, $5,000 to $6,000 more in price. So I didn't think it was going to be worth that. Okay, so that's kind of the build that we're going with. I want to show you this. So this is the window sticker of the truck that I'm getting here. I want to show it on. I'm going to keep this up here. If you want to pause this, you can kind of see just kind of the basic information. At the top of the window sticker here, we're showing the 2021 custom 2500 four-wheel drive custom crew cab. Black interior, black exterior. This is basically what we just built. Duramax 10-speed transmission. Okay, if you're looking at a window sticker, look under options. This is where you're going to see the options that it has. Again, not a lot of options to really choose from on the custom trim. So if we're looking at Duramax, if you see, that's a almost $10,000 option, but the custom value package is there. That's a great value to have. And then this safety confidence package, $390, and then we have our trailering wiring provision, fifth wheel electrical hookup already in the bed. So that's basically how we get to our sales price, our MSRP price here. Now, around where I'm at, this is June 2021. Where I'm at, I'm in northern Utah. Most dealerships, or actually every dealership I've checked with, and there's, you know, 6 or 7 in my area, all the trucks coming in within the next 2 months are all pre-sold. There's nothing on the lot. Everything's pre-sold. So really my only option would have been to build one and wait 6 to 12 weeks for a fresh build one to come my way. I found this one about 350 miles away out of state, and this was coming in within the next 5 days and didn't have any deposit on it. It was coming, so like that was a big deal because I needed the truck. I need the truck within the next couple weeks. And this one's available. There's just not a lot of inventory. And the other thing too, I checked in surrounding states, like for example in Colorado near Denver, dealers are adding on to MSRP. So if I wanted to buy the same truck, I even looked at a similarly equipped one, I had a few more options. I had the Gooseneck, I had a few other options, so the MSRP was a little bit more. They wanted an extra $2,500 on top of MSRP. So not only do I have to pay MSRP, but a $2,000 surcharge on top of that. this dealer I'm buying this from, they're taking $1,000 off MSRP, which in these days and age is actually kind of rare. The discount's coming from the dealership. It's not GM. It's not a GM incentive or rebate. So purchase price is going to be $56,900 approximately plus tax. So that's why I'm going with that dealership. Yeah, it's a little bit of a drive to go out of state to get it, but I get the truck that it's got all the options I want. It's the colors I want. It's equipped exactly how I want it, and I'm getting it a little bit less than MSRP. So, anyways, that's just kind of an overview. This is just kind of this actually isn't the truck. This is actually from another dealership's photo, but I really like the look of that custom trim. With this blacked out grille, I really don't like the chrome. Not a fan of the chrome accents on trucks anymore. All of my other trucks have been chromed, and I've always tried to find ways to try to delete that chrome. The fact that this is kind of chrome deleted from the factory, and it's got some pretty good looking wheels. I mean, these wheels that you get with it, they're a 20-inch wheel. They got the black with the milled accent. I think it looks a pretty good wheel. I like the fact that I don't feel like I have to go out and spend $3,000, $3,500 on new wheels and tires because I don't like the way they look. If I was to buy an LT that had chrome and the 18-inch wheels, which I don't like, I would probably feel like I'd have to refresh the wheels, and that's just more money to have to spend. So this, I could use I'm going to use these wheels and tires until these tires wear out, and then look at options at that point. But a good-looking truck, a great value in the custom trim. So I'm going to be picking this up within the next 5 days. So stay tuned to the channel, and that way you can get a more hands-on review, in-depth tour of this truck, especially if you're in the market for one of these or just want to know more about these. I'm going to be doing some more informational videos, going through this in more detail, and just kind of the delivery and dealership experience all together. So hopefully you found this helpful. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks.